Welcome to the Outback.
You try and you're battling life. It's constantly bringing you down. I can see that you're working things out.
I think this is beyond my skill.
You just had a crush.
It's a fine line between seeing that you need a new start.
I don't know if we're gonna make it.
Changing everything that you are, just to find your way through the dark. I can see that it's wearing you down.
Definitely worth
I
coming
know
here.
when you pick yourself off the ground. You were constantly working things out. And you do without making a sound. You try and you're battling life. It's constantly bringing you down. I can see that you're working things out.
Welcome back. Right now, I'm in the alternate Outback. According to the plan, I shouldn't be on this road at this place. According to the plan, there should be another rider riding with me. But how did I end up here alone? Let's start from the beginning. Over the next few days, I'll be riding with a mate. We'll leave the bustling urban chaos of Sydney behind and head into the remote rural region of New South Wales. We will pass through the gateway to the Australian desert, explore wildness of Aussie Outback, riding big miles and camping next to our bikes, visit the original Mad Max film set, and finally reach Broken Hill, the true gateway to no man's land. At least that was the plan. Good morning. It's 6:30 in the morning. I had to do a little bit of work last night. I was only be able to fit my tire last night around 9 because the guy I booked with only open for one night per week. Even for the last minute, I'm still doing a little bit of bike maintenance. This is a new tire. As you can see, pretty new. I haven't done a single mile on it just yet. Breaking the new tire as I'm riding off to the first day of the trip. And this is my luggage setup. It looks a lot, and actually it is a lot. I'm all packed up and ready to go. Let's go. I left early, but the holiday traffic has already begun. Despite the actual wait, the bike performed well, and with all my mods, it even allowed me to overtake on the highway. I reached the first service station, where my riding companion for the next 5 days was already waiting for me. This is Nixon. It was on a 450 MT, 2 novice adventure riders, 2 Chinese bike, 1 Australian Outback. Can we actually pull this off? The trip started. Due to the work commitment, we have planned the trip to 5 days. There will be seal road and the highway for the first and last day to cover more ground. On the first day, we've got an easy 630 km road to cover with around 70% on tarmac. If everything went to plan, we should arrive our campsite just before sunset. We stopped at Goulburn first for fuel and breakfast. Unfortunately, because it's a holiday, there was a big line for the overpriced pie and coffee. Travel in a long weekend. On a cold morning, there's nothing like a hot pie to warm you up. While we were waiting, I had a closer look at our bikes. Mine was all kitted out for the trip, but Nixon's bike was mostly stock. The one standing out, his Moscow 80-liter luggage system was sparkling in the morning sun. It's completely overshadowed my budget-friendly AliExpress bags. I was keen to prove my cheap setup can still get the tough job done, so I double-checked my straps again to make sure they are not flying off on the highway. Then we hit the road again. I've been planning for this trip for a very long time. It began as a simple idea, riding into the remote Australian Outback on a motorcycle. That idea started since I got the DR650. It was rugged, raw, perfect for the Outback. But before I could turn that dream into reality, the bush pig gave out, its transmission failed. My plan restarted when the 450 MT entered the story. I made the necessary mods, putting my trust into it, and pointed toward the unknown. This Chinese adventure bike has a lot to prove. 3,000 kilometers journey through the unforgiving Australian Outback seems to be the perfect opportunity. We are at this historic town of Aurora. Side of the information center, you have this lovely coffee. Especially after a long ride, this is very welcome. It was just a peaceful little town. For this trip, we spent a lot of time planning everything: roads, fuel stop, accommodation, meals, and so on. We even split our gears and tools to distribute the weight more evenly. But as it turned out, none of these plans stayed intact. Everything started to fall apart from day one. As we move away from the highway, the scenery started to change. We rode past vineyards. Cattle and sheep wander across huge farmland, hiding in the shade to escape the midday heat. Eventually at noon, we reach Forbes in the center-west of New South Wales.
It's roughly 1 p.m. We are at the Macca's in Forbes.
And as any true Aussie road trip would, we made sure to stop at Macca's. After lunch, we headed toward our first night campsite at Lake Cargilligo, which was just under 200 km away. We were doing really well on time, and I was feeling optimistic. Arrive early, set up camp, and maybe enjoy a cold one. We reached the end of the tarmac. This was the first gravel road we came to on our trip. I let some air out for the tire and got ready for the fun part.
Alright.
The gravel was easy, the fields were wide open. There were no cars or people around, just miles of farmland stretching out into the distance. The sun was high, it was a perfect temperature, and we finally ride a proper dirt road together. It can't get any better. But as often happened on adventures, that's where things took a turn. Nixon passed me as I was adjusting my camera. When I caught up with him, his bike was on his side, and he was standing next to it. The trail had a layer of soft sand, particularly deep at the edge.
我没看到。你人没事吧？没事没事，很软。
His shift linkage rod had bended. When we tried to use it, it just snapped. I stashed my toolkits under my saddlebag, thinking I wouldn't need it often in this trip. I was wrong, and this wouldn't be the last time I took the toolkits out in this trip. There's no choice but to remove it. Nixon would have to ride the rest of the way without shifting gears. Can he manage that?
Most importantly, the rudder is okay.
After a nearly hour rest and recover, we carried on. Nixon played it safe. Stuck in the third gear, we managed a maximum speed of 50k. This was way slower than planned. And now the sun was getting very low. We were still 120k from our planted campsite. But the golden hour gave us a spectacular show. Riding slowly through the sunset was a rare treat. Reflecting on myself, I was always rushing, in work, in life, even in riding, trying to make to the destination or get things done faster. For once, I had no choice but to slow down and appreciate the journey. We reached a small town, but we were still 90 km from camping spot.
Okay, decision time.
It was clear that we wouldn't make it to the campsite before dark, so we stocked up on supplies and found a free campsite just outside of the town. There's no booking required. We set off to the campsite.
Quite a beautiful sunset.
But the day is not done with us just yet. I noticed a smoke rising from my dashboard and the smell of the burning plastic.
Help. I just lost the charge port. Okay, warranty works.
The bike seems fine otherwise, and I don't want to waste any more time, so I continued. We arrived at the campsite. It was packed. We circled back to the entrance and found a small clearing.
This will do just fine.
Well, we arrived. Not the camping spot that we supposed to be. Got more than one problem. Right now, we're just gonna set up the camp and get something to eat and starting to fixing bike. Make decision tomorrow. There is our spot. Just need to set up camp before the sunset.
Not a bad place to end the day. The sun has just set. I started setting up my tent. A fluffy, uninvited friend wandered over and marked his territory on my bike. Well, at least it wasn't on my tent.
Got camp set up, we're gonna start cooking.
Dinner was instant ramen, technically reserved emergency food, but with everything closed for Good Friday, it's definitely count as an emergency.
This is the damage.
After dinner, we took another look at Nixon's bike. The crash bar had snapped a bolt, then bent into the shift linkage, causing the damage. Our only hope was to find a replacement linkage rod, or someone who could weld the broken piece together.
Overall, this crash bar is garbage. This mounting bracket over here, it's just too thin, too soft. Any impact will just bend the lower crash bar. It's similar things with my bike.
I need to know how to ride sand, ride in sand.
This is your second time,
This
right?
is my second time.
Spoiler alert, this wouldn't be Nixon's last fall in this trip, not even close.
Another casualty of the day is my my USB power outlet. Luckily, we have two bikes and we have plenty of power banks, so we are all so far everything is okay. Hopefully, we're gonna be alright tomorrow.
The temperature dropped quickly. I looked up and saw a sky full of stars. I crawled into my tent, ready for bed.
Fingers crossed, tomorrow we can fix the bike and no more drama happen. Yeah, I will see you tomorrow.
In the next episode, I walked to a breathtaking lakeside sunrise. We tried to get Nixon's bike running, and finally hit the right dust trail of Aussie Desert and heading to Mungo National Park. But the deeper we rode, the more problem we had.
You're damaged, man.
Come on! It doesn't look good.
And eventually, we found ourselves stranded, alone, in the middle of nowhere.